Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the Old Bakery Company and Cake Facebook Live. Hope you're doing okay. March edition. Oh, turn that off, that was a bit weird. March 2021 edition. I think I'm right in saying that March last year was the last time we actually did a proper company and cake in the flesh, as it were. I don't know if you can remember whether it was. It must have been. I think we did one in March anyway. So it's been a year since we did our last company and cake at the tea room. For those of you that don't really know what company and cake is or was, basically had one afternoon a month where it was Wednesday afternoon where people came along, paid £3. We provided them with sort of, ample. What's the word I'm looking for? Rec just keeps coming. Never mind. We supplied all the cake and the tea and coffee, just keep it flowing, and people came along and had a bit of company with. They either came on their own or with a friend or whatever, and mixed with the other people in the room, and we had things like dominoes and the beetle game and jigsaws and stuff, and it was just an afternoon where people who were perhaps on their own feeling a bit lonely or just wanted to socialise a bit with other people gave them an opportunity to do that in our environment. And so that's what we did. And then when lockdown started, we thought we'd have a go at doing it like this, and it's been quite successful so far, the few that we've done. If you haven't seen this before, I hope you enjoy watching it. You can see all of our previous ones. We've got a YouTube channel, so just go onto YouTube and look for the Old Bakery Tea Room Chatteress, and you can watch back all of our previous ridiculous efforts, which normally consist of me sitting here talking to the screen, Mum sitting there eating cake and occasionally throwing in the odd word, because she leaves all the talking to me, don't you?
I do.
Oh yes, she spoke. There we go. Look, 5 minutes in and she's finally said our first word. Hi Sharon. Sharon's just messaged and said, hi Tina and Gloria, hope you're both well. Yes, not too bad, thanks Sharon. Those of you that watched last month will know that Mum had a bit of a, let's say, gastric problem, didn't you? Where you'd been getting a lot of indigestion, and we thought it might have been down to a hiatus hernia, but you've since had some tests and doctors and stuff, and had a course of antibiotics, and we were hoping that was going to clear it up. We're still waiting to find out about that, but it looked like it was actually a gastric ulcer, not actually the hiatus hernia. But apart from that, not too bad, I think. Michelle's here. Hi, me and Mum are here with our brew. Jolly good. We've got our brew, got my coffee, Mum's got her cup of tea. She has to lift hers higher up because she's such a short ass. We've got cake. We've got the same as we had last time, because this is the cake that we like. So we've got cherry Madeira. I'm not going to get in trouble for not saying Madeira this time. And the lemon and lime Madeira. Because those of you that watched last time will know that we had a bit of a debate about sponge / Madeira cake, and I was wrong. So if you're watching, let us know what cake you've got, let us know what brew you've got, let us know what you've been up to since last month. If you've never watched before, let us know that you're there, what you're doing. You just need to type something in the comments box and we'll see it up on the screen, and we'll try and interact with you that way. So what's been happening since last time we did this?
Not a lot.
Well, there is, because Boris has announced his roadmap now, hasn't he?
Well, yeah.
So, yeah.
And we're waiting for the hairdressers to open.
Yeah, Mum's desperate for the hairdresser to open. She's got her appointment in the book already, which is not till April can't remember. But you got overexcited and she thought it was March or something or other, until I pointed out, or she found out that was the wrong day of the week. So that didn't go down well. So yeah, Boris has announced our roadmap out of lockdown. So schools go back next week on Monday, as far as I can tell. And then 5 weeks after that is the next stage, and 5 weeks after that. So the bakery's looking to be mid-May before we can reopen, unless it all goes pear-shaped again and all the numbers go back up and then we stay in lockdown forever. So it's a bit annoying in a way, really, but it gives us a chance to make sure we get everything done and sorted and what have you, and gives a chance for Mum to get her hair done. So Michelle's currently off cake at the moment because she has a bum the size of a small country, so she's cutting back. Fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I've put on so much weight, my jeans are a bit tight now, but you know, cake's cake. Tibbets are there, they've got cherry Madeira and the fruit cake that they had for 50th anniversary last April. Wow, that's lasting you well. Although I'm guessing, considering you were going to have a party and that went pear-shaped, you know, you probably couldn't share it out as much as you was hoping. Leslie says she's hoping March will still be cold so she can wear a hat. Yeah, Mum's been out a few times with a woolly hat on and I've been like, you can't go out, it's not cold enough for a hat. But she's like, I've got to cover my hair up. But yeah, I don't know why it's not too bad. See, mine's easy manageable. It's all one length and it just ties up, so it just keeps getting longer and longer and I just keep tying it up. It's not really a problem. Although the colour that I had put in it is getting further and further down my head now. I think my highlights are about there now, aren't they?
Mm.
It looks about there, but that's neither here nor there. So, what else? So we've had the roadmap announcement. We've got obviously the budget today. I can't see how that's going to affect me, really, to be honest, in one way or another. I'm a bit peeved with everything at the minute in terms of in budgets and things. I've just heard back from the insurance company that covers the insurance for the tea room, and despite what the announcements were at the beginning of the year about the government said that insurance companies had to pay out, mine have said that nothing in my policy covers me, so I'm not getting any money for insurance for loss of trade or loss of stock or business interruption or anything from last year. And I'm still in dispute with my telephone company, which could prove to be quite an expensive thing if the ombudsman find in their favour rather than my favour. So yeah, I'm a bit despondent about finances in that regard at the moment. Judith joined us. Hello, G&T.
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, gin and tonic. I'll be the gin.
Yeah, no
You
doubt.
can be the tonic.
I could do with the tonic.
Yeah, you probably could. I could probably do with a gin. So yeah, that's a bit annoying in terms of that. So what else has happened? Not much. I did, after last month's Company and Cake, I did do the video with my fat ball recipe, and I know some of you have been in touch with me and you made your own fat balls. So that's quite good. I can't actually keep up with enough of mine. We've had, how many, there must have been about 100 starlings out there just before we came on live. There was about 100 starlings all pecking around at the very different feeders and just on the lawn and everywhere. It's like a Hitchcock film out there some days. We have seen, or I've seen, the little robin's still about. We've seen a wren, haven't we, hopping about on the tree.
And you went mad because we had a kingfisher on the lawn.
No, we didn't have a kingfisher on the lawn.
A woodpecker, I meant. A woodpecker.
The other day, what day was it? Monday?
Yeah.
Monday afternoon. I just got back. I'd been out doing some in bloom stuff. And I parked up down the bottom. And I was like, what's that up hopping about on the lawn? And it sort of came into focus. I was like, it's my green woodpecker. Those of you that do follow me on Facebook would have seen sometime last year we had a green woodpecker hopping about on the lawn, and I managed to get my proper camera, my proper lens out and photograph it, and I was quite pleased with it. And she was back. I'm sure it's the same one, and she was back hopping about on the lawn, and I was so excited by it, and I needed to tell somebody. I sat in the car and I rang the house phone. And I was like, Mum, Mum, there's the woodpeckers on the lawn again. I don't think she was as excited about it as me, but I think she just humoured me and went, oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it's down there. And I was like, yeah, now it's going near the incinerator. No. But I just got a bit excited. And we also see, what did we see the other day in the bush at the bottom that I pointed out to you?
Some goldfinches.
Oh yeah, we had goldfinches land in the pear tree yesterday. I got a bit excited about that as well. And there was something down the bottom, and I said to you, what was it? I know there's chaffinches down there in the trees at the bottom, and I thought there was something else I pointed out. Oh, it was a great tit and a blue tit. That was what it was. So I've been watching the birds again. They seem to be getting really active at the moment, so that's quite good. So yeah, that's about it since last time. Really, it's been quite uneventful. Nothing much else happening. The weather's starting to perk up a little bit, so we can maybe get outside. But it still is what it is. Yeah, Leslie's put about the woodpecker flew straight over my head and I missed it. Last summertime, when we were still in a lockdown, but it was an easier lockdown, I went with my girls from the camera club and we went to the cemetery down New Road, and in the old part there's quite a lot of birds, and we were sort of loitering down there with our big lenses watching, and I'd seen on a previous visit there were these holes in these trees down there, so we went and sort of staked out these holes in the tree, and I completely missed it, but this green woodpecker literally just went right over my head, and I was like, what? And the other two found it quite funny. And that's happened on other occasions as well, where birds have dive bombed me and I've missed them completely. So they literally have to be right under my nose.
You got a jay down the cemetery.
I did managed to get a picture of a jay down at the cemetery, yeah. That was when I went with you one day. We went.
It kept landing on the headstones.
It was hopping about on the headstones, yeah. I've become a bit of a twitcher, I think, to be honest. I walk down the path and I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Can you listen to that? Can you hear that? I think that's a blackbird. I've become a bit of a twitcher. So, but it's quite nice, really. So yeah, what's everyone else been up to? I've been twitching, obviously. What's been happening since last month? What's been happening just generally? I'm going to mention this because this was something that I said to you yesterday, and I want to find out whether or not I am a complete weirdo or whether this is something that other people do. Yesterday lunchtime, we had a sandwich each, and I went to get a packet of crisps, and Mum went to get a packet of crisps, and she said, oh, the only ones that are on the top are the prawn cocktail ones. I can't find the others. And I was like, well, I eat the prawn cocktail ones, but I only eat them when I have sandwiches with the crab sticks in them. Because I've got this thing, and I don't know if I'm alone in this or whether other people think this, you have to have a crisp flavour that complements your sandwich flavour. Now, is that just me? Because you think it's weird, don't you? You think it's weird, but I think if you have a crisp, you've got to have a flavour that complements what you've got in your sandwich. So if I have prawn cocktail crisps, I've got to have it with a complimentary sandwich. So like a prawn sandwich or the fish sticks sandwich or something. Or a tuna, yeah, that's not too bad. Although, to be honest, I like a salt and vinegar with a tuna. And if I have like ham and mustard, it's probably got to be a ready salted. Beef and mustard can be a cheese and onion. Cheese and pickle can be a cheese and onion, or it can be a ready salted, or a salt and vinegar actually. But they've got to complement what else you're eating. Judith has said no, all crisps should just be plain. So you're a little bit like that, really, aren't you? You do like your plain crisp, but yeah. So am I alone in that? Am I a freak with regard to my crisp flavours? Do you agree that they complement your sandwich or whatever else you're eating, or am I just alone in that? Just let me know. Judith obviously doesn't agree. She thinks all crisps should be plain. You probably like the ones where you get the little blue packet where you salt them yourself, Judith. Is that right? Like we used to have when we were kids. I don't know if they still do them. Do they?
Don't know.
I think they do. I think they. You can get like, you know. What crisps would you have with a banana sandwich? Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't have a banana sandwich. That's just a step too far, I think, a banana sandwich. It's that weird combination of sort of slightly sweet with something savoury.
Yeah, well, people have peanut butter and banana.
Oh, my laptop's just gone off. Now I can't see what the comments are. Oh, cheese and onion are okay, she thinks. I'll just... There we go. My laptop's gone off for a minute. That's 16. There we go. That's better. I lost myself for a minute. Yeah, so I think, yeah, she likes the ones with a blue packet of salt in it. Cheese and onion crisp sandwiches are lovely. You see, now that's another thing. That's a crisp sandwich. I'm talking about a filled sandwich with a side order of crisps. So I don't mind. I use a cheese sandwich with some crisps scrunched in it. Yeah, I'll do that. I used to do that with Wotsits. A Wotsit in a sandwich, Wotsits sandwich is quite nice. But then, having said that, when I was at school, I used to have Wotsits for breakfast. I'd walk to Cromwell and I'd have a packet of Wotsits in each pocket of my blazer, and I'd eat them on the way to school, and that'd be my breakfast, because I never got up early enough to eat proper breakfast. So I used to have two packets of Wotsits for my breakfast, didn't I? Do you remember?
No.
And
I don't think you ever let me know.
I'd get to school and I'd have the orange finger. Don't you remember that? No, just me then. So
yeah,
I love a crisp though. I do. Crisps have got a special place in sort of snack history. I don't know what's gone on with this on here now. It's gone a bit doolally. I've lost myself now. Let's go back and start that bit again. We should be able to find it now. So, Judith said that, to be fair, cheese and onion crisps are okay. So, she's going back on things. Now. There we are. Found myself again now. Oh, and I've got the voice on there. So that's it. I can see the messages properly again now. So yeah, let me know about that as well, so I can find out whether or not I am a weirdo or not. You think that's weird, don't you? But
yeah.
And actually, are there any other food things that, apart from banana sandwiches? Because I'm sorry, Jane, I don't know what that's all about. Why would you have a banana in a sandwich?
You do. My brother used to take them for his packed lunch.
Yeah, but that just, like, I don't know, it just seems odd.
No, it doesn't. I've had banana sandwiches.
The only time I'd have banana in a sandwich would be as an accompaniment to bacon. Bacon and banana would be nice.
That's a matter of opinion.
Well, no, because if you think about it, well, you probably wouldn't know. When I worked at the hotel, we did this Caribbean evening. I think it was like a New Year thing. And we had plantains, which are of banana family, but they're a lot more firm and a lot more fibrous. And we did them wrapped in, I can't remember if we wrapped them in bacon or if we wrapped them in like Parma ham or something. But they were really nice. And bacon and banana goes really well together. So I'd have like a bacon sandwich with some really either thin slices or some thin banana mashed on the top. So it was in place of sauce, but I wouldn't have banana on its own.
You have it in your cereal.
Yeah, I have banana in cereal because that's perfectly normal. Oh, it's all kicking off here, look now. Susan said banana sandwiches, Blair. Thank you. Jane's in a world of her own here. Cheese and golden syrup sandwich. I mean, Really.
My brother used to like golden syrup sandwiches
It's-
and condensed milk.
It's just... Michelle's dad has mashed banana and sugar. Judith said banana sandwiches are nice, even better if you have jam or chocolate spread. You see, I'm not...
You're not adventurous, that's the
No,
trouble.
it's not about not being adventurous. It's about food combinations, isn't it?
No,
It is.
people have what they want.
Because, like,
Whatever
I don't
floats
know.
their boat.
I don't know. It just sounds. There's something about a sandwich that, to me, is like a savoury thing. Now, I love my sandwich, and then I'll have something sweet after it because I like that. I like that combination of having something sweet after you've had something savoury. So, like, if you've had some salty crisps, there's nothing better than a Kit Kat because it's complimentary. But in a sandwich,
Meringue in a dish, broken up, with a apricot yoghurt tipped on the top. Very nice.
new bread is the best. Yeah, new bread. Yeah, new bread is one of the best things, isn't it? When it's nice and fresh and soft. And if you've made it yourself, if it's still a little bit warm. I still couldn't imagine eating a banana with it.
Why not?
I don't know. I just can't. That's a bit like there was this thing the other day, and it was probably a couple of weeks ago now. Weetabix. I don't know if you saw this. Weetabix did this thing where they were like, Weetabix are not just for breakfast, and they said that instead of just having them in a bowl with milk on, you could have them on a plate with baked beans on the top. And they got absolutely slated for it, didn't they? Do you remember? Because everyone was like, ugh, that's disgusting. Now, Weetabix have got a really nondescript flavour. They're just what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't... I'd try it. I think I'd try it, but I don't think the texture would work for me. So, yeah, let us know what you think about that as well. Michelle says, I love peanut butter and jam sandwiches. See, I've never tried that. Mark has peanut butter and jam. It's got to be, with Mark, he's got to have, what is it, bramble jelly. That's it, peanut butter and bramble jelly. It has to be that. But I've never tried it. It's just the thought of it again. Chicken and Marmite. Susan said, yeah, you lost me at Marmite there though. I'm not a fan of Marmite. You do either love it or hate it, and I don't like it. Leslie said, banana eaten with a digestive biscuit is the best. You see, now that's not too bad. That's similar to me having bananas sliced up on my shredded wheat in the mornings. I keep getting these things. Weetabix and beans are wrong, Michelle says. Yeah, you see, oh, stop it. I keep getting this update on my laptop, sorry. Yeah, Weetabix and beans, it does sound wrong. I think it'd be the texture of it that would put me off, to be brutally honest. I mean, I love beans on toast. I could live on beans on toast.
Now you tell me.
Well,
Cost me a fortune for meat.
But no, you've got to have 3 slices of toast. You've got to have, it mustn't be toasted too much, because you know me, I like my toast just done. You could do it with a candle. And then proper butter. You've got to have proper butter on it. And then beans. And then a bit of barbecue sauce, not too much. And some grated cheese on the top. But you only put that on 2 of your slices. And then you have your other one as a spare bit.
To mop up.
To mop up your extra juice. But beans on toast, yeah, I love beans on toast. I could have that as a meal quite happily any day of the week. Beans are horrid and should be banned, Judith thinks. I love a baked bean. I do. I love a baked bean. I could have beans with a pasty, chips and beans, beans on toast. They're so good for you as well. They count as one of your 5 a day. What's not to love? And if you're lucky enough that they, produce a fibrous effect in your body, when you have a bath, it's like having a jacuzzi as well. It's win-win, isn't it? That was the end of that conversation, obviously. What was it? One of my friends said to me the other day about peas. She hates peas. I don't know if you saw, I put a, no, what was it? It wasn't, I didn't have peas with that. I was going to say I did a couple of new recipes that I put on Facebook, but peas wasn't in one of them. It must have been something else I'd made, and I'd put peas with it. And my friend was like, it was all right till you spoiled it and said about peas. Now, I love peas. Peas are one of my favourite vegetables. You can't go wrong with a pea, can you? Not really.
Well, your brother don't like
Yeah,
peas.
Mark doesn't like peas, but and Sarah doesn't. She's like, oh, peas are disgusting. How can you not like peas? They're just peas. And they're the same sort of, they're obviously the same, they're a legume, the same as beans are. So Jane loves a bean. She said the best straight out of the tin. Cold, is that? Just eating cold out of the tin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People do.
Yeah, I know they do. I could do that. It wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't mind a cold baked bean. In fact,
Right, you know what you're having for tea tonight?
in fact, one day we'd had, for tea one night, we'd had something like sausage and beans and bits and pieces, and the next day there was some leftovers in the fridge, and I think I had a cold sausage and a cold baked bean sandwich, and that was lovely. It's not very ladylike to eat out of the tin, but I have to say I have eaten rice pudding straight out of the tin before as well. I do like that. Just got to plug this in, otherwise that's going to go off. Yeah, rice pudding straight out of the tin. What else do you eat straight out of the tin? Mushy peas. Mushy peas are best. Yeah, I prefer garden peas, but I don't mind. I never used to like mushy peas. Did I?
I have to have mushy peas with fish.
When Dad was alive, very often he'd get a pot of mushy peas from the chip shop, or you'd buy a tin. So when we had fish and chips, and then I don't know.
My mum used to soak them, put a tablet in them, and soak them overnight.
I don't know how it come about, but one day we had them, and I thought, well, I'll just try them, and they were all right. And I do like mushy peas, but if we have fish and mushy peas and chips, I have to have tartare sauce, and on each forkful I have to have a bit of everything. So I'll have a bit of chip at the bottom and a bit of fish on the top, and then I'll scoop some mushy peas over the two, and then a bit of tartare sauce over the top of that, so that I've got a bit of everything all on the same fork, and that has to be every mouthful. Is that weird as well?
Proves one thing.
What?
You got a big mouth.
See, she sits here, hardly says anything some days when we do this, and then she throws in little nuggets like that.
Yep.
Charming, isn't it?
Yep.
Charming.
Well, there you go.
It's not like I've got a massive mouth. Just it's only a bit of like fish and a bit of chip and a bit of mushy pea on it. It's not like not like you eating cake. Look.
Well.
You got a doorstep end bit there.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to have the end bit.
Goodness me, I will just have a piece of this one for a second. Just talk amongst yourselves.
No Jan or Anne today.
No. People are literally sitting at home watching us just sit here and eating cake now. In complete silence, just eating cake.
Mm.
Reggie said that his regular Saturday lunch with his dad was faggots, mushy peas with Worcester sauce. Yum.
I used to like Worcester sauce on my crisps, on plain crisps.
I've never liked faggots though. I remember when you used to get faggots, Mark would have them and Dad would have them and you would have them. I just didn't like the taste of them. Mr. Brain's faggots. No.
Don't know why, I'm sure.
I just don't know. I think it's got that little I don't know, there's a taste to it.
Judith ain't got a bit of cake today, look.
Oh.
Well, she could have a bit here. Look.
Well, I'll eat an extra bit on your behalf, Judith, if that's okay. No, I've never liked faggots. I don't know why. I've got to say, considering considering I'm a chef, there's a lot of things that I don't like and I won't even try because I don't like the thought of.
Well, I used to make haslet when you could get an apron, but they stopped doing it, didn't they? Make you selling, so you couldn't have an apron.
Yeah, it was all like health and safety stuff, for like, you know, animal innards and things.
Well, you couldn't make
Despite the fact that people have been doing it for years and years and years, all these sort of regulations came along, and for whatever reason you couldn't. But I don't. There's a lot of stuff that I won't eat, and there's stuff I won't even try.
Well, you're bad as your brother, because your brother wouldn't try asparagus.
He does eat asparagus.
He did have one strip the other day.
I think, yeah, but it's with somebody that works with food, that's probably a bit more weird, isn't it? I don't like any offal. I don't like offal at all. And I think, in a way, it's the thought of it.
I love haslet. Michelle likes haslet.
Yeah, and Leslie.
So did your dad.
I think it's a bit spicy, isn't it? It's got a bit of a peppery.
Do you like haggis?
I've had haggis, I think, once. Didn't we? And I don't think it was too bad, actually, from what I remember.
I thought it was a bit spicy.
Yeah, you see, that's how I feel about faggots and things.
No,
and
they're not.
But haggis, I'm sure I tried haggis years ago, and I thought it wasn't too bad. We tried caviar, didn't we? That was disgusting. That was just
like eating salt.
It was just salty blobs. But I don't like any offal. I love the smell of liver. We do liver very often at the tea room, and I love the smell of it when it's cooking, but I think it's the texture of it. And there's of lamb's liver, there is a bit of a taste to it as well, I've got to say, a bit of an aftertaste. Linda said that her mum used to cook, I think I'm supposed to say pig's trotters.
I did. I used to cook them and make brawn.
Mm.
Yeah. Your dad used to like that, and so did Grandad.
I'm glad it's pig's trotters and not pug's trotters, because that would be a totally different thing, Linda, but I did figure out what you meant. Imagine little pug's feet. Judith said that kidney and liver are okay. No, kidney and liver are pithy, but heart is okay.
Oh no. Mr. Sutherland used to like heart, and he used to have it with red currant jelly.
I'm one of those people, if we have some meat, and I see one of those like little tiny like tubes, I have to cut that bit out. I can't eat that bit, because it's just like, I don't know whether it's because it links it to the fact that it was a living thing, or whether it just doesn't look very nice, or because they're a bit gristly or whatever. I don't know.
Mm.
But I couldn't eat anything like...
Well, you wouldn't like chitterlings then? My grandmother used to love them.
Share with the group what they are.
I just don't know. Chitterlings. They're all the tubes and all that. From intestines, I think.
See, why would you want to eat that? Why would you want to eat that?
I don't know. My grandmother used to like them.
That's just what...
I didn't used to mind the first milk. What do you call it? First milk after cow had calved. What do they call that?
I don't know.
Come on, Jane. What do they call it?
Jane can't stand tripe.
No. Oh.
Judith's like chitterlings. No one's heard of them.
Oh dear. Well, I'm going back a few years, Judith.
Does anyone know what the milk? What is it? The milk?
Yeah. It was just like egg custard. When you sort of cooked it, it was like egg custard.
Bisling.
Yeah, that's the one, Jane.
No, that's Judith.
Oh, Judith. Yeah, that's the one, Judith. I ain't got my glasses on, so I can't read very well.
Colostrum. There's just a whole list of disgusting sounding words going to pop up now.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. So what, the first milk after a cow was calved?
Yeah, and it was just like egg custard, only a lot creamier.
Surely shouldn't the calf have that?
Well, I think that's what it were anyway. I know Grandad, when he kept his animals, he used to give us a bottle of this here Bislins or Beeslins, whatever you call it.
No. That just sounds disgusting. I used to like the top, when we used to get milk from the milkman, and then when in the glass pint bottles, and we used to have, you were supposed to have 2 bottles of milk started on, didn't you? Because Mark and I used to both flake the cream off the top of the milk on our cereal. And that, on Rice Krispies, was the best. I don't know why Rice Krispies, it just was the best on Rice Krispies.
Yeah, but you could get Gold Top when it was all cream.
I know, but you used to have the silver top, so you used to have 2 bottles started on, because we both used to have it on our cereal. Excuse me. Have it on our cereal, so there was always... Judith, but I think the correct spelling is Beastlins. I have no idea. That sounds even worse, to be honest, than Beaslin. It's just, yeah, not an attractive sounding thing, I've got to say.
You like egg custard?
I love egg custard. I do like custard, but something that's just come directly out of a cow, it just sounds wrong. Don't you have milk on your doorstep? Not anymore, Judith, no. We got it from...
It used to walk, didn't it?
The thing I remember was, in the winter time, it'd end up coming out, it'd push the silver foil off the top of the bottle, because it'd expanded, if it froze, and it'd expand and pop out the top. Or sometimes the birds would come along and they'd peck a hole in the foil to drink it, or it'd just disappear off the doorstep completely.
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on at the time.
Judith still has hers delivered on the doorstep. That's very good. All right, Reg has obviously been Googling while we've been talking. Colostrum, known colloquially as bee's stings or first milk, is the first form of milk produced by the mammary glands of mammals, including humans, immediately following the delivery of a newborn. Thank you to Wikipedia. Michelle said she used to like the cream off the top of the milk at her nan's, and Sharon said that her and Mary Jane used to love the cream on the top of the milk as well. I think that must have been like an 80s kid thing. We used to get the milk delivered by the milkman and have the cream off the top, but you had to pour it really carefully, because otherwise, because it was so thick, the milk from underneath would come rushing out first and the cream would stay on there, so you used to have to pour it really carefully so that the cream came out first. Oh.
Well, you don't even have proper milk on your cereal now.
I don't have proper milk at all now. Only in tea, because I don't even have milk in coffee. I have oat milk on my cereal now, because I found that too much dairy milk used to make me a bit bloated. I've not tried it in such a long time because I just like the flavour of oat milk, and I've sort of kidded myself that it's healthier as well. So, not many people have full cream milk. I can imagine it was quite expensive actually to have the Gold Top milk, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it have been to have full cream milk?
It was dearer. When I used to do a milk round, it was only the elite that had the Gold Top, and it was dearer.
Yeah, but you're talking sort of like 60 odd years ago now.
Yeah. But I don't know whether, I suppose they still do it.
Yeah, they must still do
it.
It
comes from a Jersey cow.
Well, that was probably really nice then, because that's supposed to be the best, isn't it? Stop squeaking your shoes. So yeah. We've covered mostly food so far today. Started off talking about crisps, and then we've gone through offal, chitlins, which nobody knows what they are, only you, because your granny used to eat them.
The butcher used to sell them.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna see.
And black pudding, which I had a craving for when I carried Mark. Chitterlings.
Chitterlings, sometimes pronounced or spelled chitlins or chitlins, are a culinary dish usually made from the large intestines of a hog, although the intestines of cattle and other animals are used. Oh, I mean, I've just Google image searched as well, and they just look disgusting. I mean, that looks like a bowl of bran flakes, to be honest, doesn't it? I don't know what they've done to that one. And that one looks like a pasta dish, but that one there, where they're raw, that just looks disgusting. Why would anyone want to eat them? I mean, they might be really nice, I don't know, but just even the thought of it.
That's what they look like. Oh, that one there. Look.
Which, this one?
Yeah.
Entrails.
Yeah.
You see, you say the word entrails, it sounds even worse. Because people know what entrails are. They look... Ugh. I'm going to get rid of that now because that's minging. Yeah, Julie's put SH1T, isn't it? Exactly. Reggie said, I used to do some milk records for the Milk Marketing Board. One of the herds was Jerseys, and I was always given a pint fresh from the cow. By the time I got home, over half was cream. Wow.
Yeah, I quite believe
I
that.
bet that was yummy, though. Because isn't there a brand of chocolate that make it with Jersey cow milk?
I don't know. There is a bar of chocolate that's got a cow on it, isn't there?
I think that's Swiss, though, isn't it? That's that Milka one, the purple bar. Stop squeaking your shoes.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not moving.
Well, your shoes are squeaking.
Well, there must be a mouse under the table then.
Dear, oh dear. Oh. I thought, yeah. No, I think I think that's Swiss chocolate with a cow on it, the Milka one. Or Milac, no, what's it called? Milka. I don't think that's Jersey, but I thought there was a chocolate. Maybe I'm wrong. I've got to say, talking about chocolate and cream is a lot more appetising than talking about entrails and offal. Because that's just... Ugh. I think that's one of the worst things. That and some certain shellfish. That's the other thing I don't like. I don't mind prawns. I don't mind lobster. Crab's a bit... Take it or leave it. It's got to be nice, you know. The white meat, probably.
Mussels.
Wilks. No, anything like that. Cockles, mussels, winkles.
Oh, I don't mind cockles.
Anything like that. Whelks. No.
Whelks are like eating gristle.
Jane said, if your shoes squeak, doesn't that mean you haven't paid for them? They are squeaking like mad, so...
No, they're not.
They are! I can't believe you can't hear it. Anne's just joined us. Hi both, sorry we're late, being out foraging for plant pots. Ah.
What does she want plant pots for?
I'm guessing possibly, I might be wrong, but they may be making something for a certain community competition, maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, if she wants some plant pots, it depends what colour she wants. Because I've sorted them black ones out for, what's her name? Lorna. But if she wants some plant pots, I've got a greenhouse full.
Yeah.
Various sizes.
Susan has said her nan from London loved jellied eels. No.
My dad used to do eels.
No. Michelle loves cockles with lots of vinegar. See, that's wrong on two levels.
Vinegar.
I don't do vinegar, and I don't do shellfish like that. I'm not going to say partly why I don't like shellfish. Not on this because it's a family show, but no, I think it's the texture of them. I love fish. I love a lot of like white fish and tuna. I don't mind, and salmon and stuff, and I don't mind prawns and lobster and stuff. But when you start getting
smoked haddock.
when you start getting to the lower end, shall we say, no, don't do stuff. Did you say you've got some? They need some smallish ones, please. We're back to plant pots again now.
Yeah, I've got loads, Anne. I've got loads. I'll sort some out for her.
We'll sort some out. Crab sticks. Yeah, I love a crab stick, Sharon, as well. In fact, I've got some in the fridge now. Everyone's agreeing you haven't paid for your shoes, which is why they're squeaking.
It's not that, I think it's the table.
It's not.
I'm not.
You sat there and I looked and you'd got your feet crossed over, and I think without realising they were going, and you didn't even hear it. So yeah, Anne and Jan need loads of plant pots. Those that don't know, Chatteris in Bloom, of which we're both committee members. I'm the chair and Mum's a fundraiser.
They say black?
They don't say anything what colour. It doesn't matter what colour.
Oh, loads. Oh, I'll get some sorted out in the greenhouse because I want to get rid of them.
Chatteris in Bloom have been nominated this year to take part in the Britain in Bloom campaign, which is a huge accolade because normally you have to move hell and high water to get part of Britain in Bloom. And we've been nominated. We're one of 5 places across the whole Anglia region that's been selected to take part. Hopefully you all know that because we've been trying to publicise it on Facebook and in the local press and everything, and on the local radio. And as part of that, we're launching a community competition whereby we want people, individuals, businesses, clubs, groups, whatever, to create sculptures out of plant pots. So we basically want to create an art trail of plant plot. I can't say it now. Plant pot sculptures all around the town, and it'll be run as a competition, so they'll be voted for by the public as well. So basically you just got to make something out of plant pots. That's really difficult to say. It is. And so yeah, if anybody's got plant pots and you don't need them, let us know, and we can put you in touch with somebody who wants to do the sculpture and who wants them. So we've got quite a few here. We've got some set aside for the Gables because the Gables want to do one. We're not sure whether we're doing one yet, are we?
No, because you can't decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
But there'll be enough plant pots to go around.
We've got enough plant pots for everyone if need be. Yeah. So if you've got plant pots, like I said it that time, if you've got some and you don't mind, donating them to somebody else who can repurpose them, let us know and we'll put them in touch with the right people. Failing that, use them yourself and make a sculpture. Get an entry form from the BP Garage or from the Chatteris in Bloom Facebook page, fill it in and get it back to us, and take part in the competition as well, because we want as many people around town as possible to take part, because it's huge really, isn't it, to be in Britain in Bloom. Try saying plant pots. Plant pots. Plant pots. That's what it is, isn't it? You say plant, it comes out plant plots. But if you say plant pots. You see, it works, Judith. Thank you. Either I'm too posh or I'm not posh enough. I'm not sure. Plant.
No, Judith's being posh.
Plant. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not posh enough. So if I say plant pot comes out better than plant plot. Oh dear, that's a whole kind of special right there, isn't it? Dear. So yeah, we've got some spare ones.
When you think about all them that were used in planting up the planters, and they all went in the bin, didn't they?
Yeah, but we will have some from this year's planting as well. We're going all the ones that In Bloom used this year. We are going to save, so that if people want them, although they're not generally very big. Michelle said that's awesome news about Chatteris being in Britain in Bloom. Yeah, hopefully. It's going to be a lot of work for us.
We've already done a lot.
But we have, I've been out Sunday last week, Monday last week, Monday this week. Just doing bits and pieces, and that's not including what the others are doing. Normally we would never start any work this early. In this stage of the year, it's normally planning and budgeting and working out what we can get. But this year we've had to start really proper early, so hopefully we can bring something really positive to Chatteris for a change, instead of all the crap negativity, and just hopefully get a bit of publicity. Jan's finally sat down with her cuppa. They were busy yesterday, from what I can gather. Jan and Anne, they were out delivering party bags, I suppose is the best way of calling them, to all of their British Legion Women's Section members, because I think they've just celebrated their 75th anniversary, I think I'm right in saying. So they had a busy day yesterday, so well done and congratulations for that, ladies. The branch this year is 100. So the Chatteris branch, British Legion, is 100 this year. I think we were one of the first branches across the country. I think we're something like branch number 10. I don't know if that equates to where in the thing we are. Yeah, women's section, 75 years. So we've been having some discussions about what we can do to celebrate the centenary of the branch. Although it's people I read something online yesterday and I thought it's actually worded wrong, because it's saying 100 years of the Royal British Legion, and it's not, because anyone that knows will know that the British Legion was set up in 1921, just after the end of the First World War, and it didn't get its royal status until 1971. So it's wrong that the Royal British Legion is 100 years old, really, if you're going to word it like that. Or maybe that's just me being a pedant. Anne thought it was 9. I don't know, I can't remember. You might be right, you perhaps know better than I do, but
does that mean we ain't got cake today, or she hasn't got cake today?
Oh, they've got no cake today. Oh. They probably made a load and then delivered it out to all their ladies and didn't have any spare. We did have cake, and that's what's left of it. But no, I'm guessing they mean they haven't got cake today, because I'm guessing they were quite busy making cake for their ladies. Right. So, yeah, I'm not sure what our branch number is for definite, Anne. You might be right, it might be 9. For some reason 10 came into my head, but that could be completely ridiculous. I'm just going to plug that in quickly as well, just in case that goes off, which it would have done very shortly if I wasn't. Although we're getting very near to our full hour now. We've been going on for nearly an hour already. Mostly talking about food today.
And plant pots.
Plant pots. Yes, plant pots, not plant plots. Plant plots. It's weird. That is so weird. Yes, they meant that they've got no cake today.
Oh,
so,
right.
Just, is that right at the bottom is? Yeah, so we've already nearly done our full hour today. I don't know how many of you were with us. Judith has said the British Legion is 100 surely regardless of the Royal. Yeah, it is. I was just being pedantic, the fact that they're saying the Royal British Legion is 100 years old, and it is, but it's not, because it only got its royal status in 1971, not when it first formed. So I'm just being a pedant, really, Judith. So yeah, you are correct, but just me being panicky.
Like you were the other time with the cake.
What cake?
When you kept saying it was sponge and it was Madeira.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But Jane agreed with me.
Yeah, I think Anne agreed with you as well last time. Anne said, if Mother has all those pots, do a theme in your garden.
I've got more than enough to do a theme and supply you and all.
You haven't seen our garden, no. Don't get me started on the garden. Seriously, because we're running out of time for me to start talking about that, aren't we?
Well, we've not been able to get out on
Yeah,
it.
but it's not just that.
I've made a start out the front.
Yeah, but it's not just that, is it? I think it was Dad was still alive when I first started going out there and digging sections after tea and digging down that side. And that was 7 years, well, just over 6 years ago that we lost Dad. And we still haven't got it round.
Well, we work.
Yeah, but we've just had a year of not working almost. And look at the state of it still. But as everyone
Yes, and it's a wildlife reserve.
I was going to say, as everyone keeps pointing out to me, if it was immaculate, I wouldn't get my birds and my hedgehogs to come visiting that come. Because they like it that it's rough and ready. But it grates on me a bit. We haven't got anywhere nice to sit, have we?
Well, no, because the thing slopes, don't it?
That we've got some concrete out here that's on a slope. So if in the odd occasion that we've sat out there and tried to have a barbecue, you sort of have to...
Don't exaggerate.
No, it's not that much of a... There's not much of a slope on it. But there's just... Yeah, there's not just... You can't just go, oh, I'm just going to go and sit in the garden and read my book. Because you can't. There isn't anywhere, is there?
Yeah, we've got a lawn. I've got two lots of patio furniture.
Yeah, but you imagine setting them up down on that second lawn. You'd feel like a right spanner.
Not the second lawn, the top lawn.
I don't think the top one's wide enough.
Of course it is.
It's not very wide now. Over the years, it seems to have got narrower. I mean, I remember when it was wider than that, because we used to have a swing on it. It was fenced all the way round, the little gate at the top to keep me and Mark in. and we had that swing. I loved that. That was brilliant. Wasn't it? Do you remember?
Of course I remember.
Great big metal frame. And Dad used to be able to move it to cut the lawn because it had got like fork pegs that went over the base of it to keep the base in the ground, so that when he wanted to cut the lawn, and move it. And there's a solid wood seat. Did Dad make that or something, or was that part of it?
No, I think your dad made it. I don't know.
It was a solid wood seat with these great big bolts through it, and yeah, it was brilliant. Jane said, "How much room do you need to sit in?" Well, it's a fair point, I suppose, but you know.
She just got to complain, Jane.
Yeah, I don't like the garden. I've got to be honest. It's not how I'd want it. The only good thing about it is as I say, the wildlife that comes here. But even then, see, next door's trees are a pain. The shed's falling apart. And sometimes if you sit out there, you feel as though you're being watched by them the other side.
Well, they're always up the back bedroom window, because when I'm hanging my laundry out, it's...
When I'm hanging my laundry? When do you ever call it your laundry?
We're washing then,
I was going to say, you wash it. My laundry. I'm just going into the yard to hang out the laundry.
Mm.
That's a bit like plant pot. Oh my days. Well, it's been a strange one today, isn't it? Really. I don't know really what we just seem to have. Well, we talked a lot about food today. Depends what else you need. Barbecue table, chairs, heaters, etc.
Not having a heater out there.
Anne wants to know if the neighbours have been eyeing up your bloomers.
More than lately.
No, she's very specific about things like your knickers and your underwear. They get hung this end of the line, don't they?
Yeah, but they can still see them out the bedroom window.
I don't know whether they could, not so much.
Anyway, they're clean. What's it matter?
Oh no, I'm just hide behind dark glasses when you sit outside. Yeah. See, I always feel self-conscious though when I'm outside. Isn't that stupid? Being in your own garden and feeling a bit self-conscious. That's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless I'm right up the top here, where I know no one can see me unless they go along the bottom, I do feel self-conscious in my own garden. And yet some people probably lay topless in their gardens and all sorts and don't give a hoot about it. So...
I know somebody that had sex in their garden and they were seen. Not me.
No, I didn't think it was you. I was just... You hardly ever say anything. And then you throw in things like that. Going on about me having a big gob and people having sex in the garden. I mean, talk about lowering the tone.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't like to, embarrass anybody.
Judith has said, do you go out naked? No.
No, I sometimes go out in my dressing gown if I'm hanging my washing out.
I've been
laundry.
I've been out in my gym jams for now. If I've perhaps had a bit of a lay-in and perhaps if... Not so much lately, but when Mum used to go to work in the mornings and I'd still be here on a Monday and she'd say, oh, I've put my washing out, but it's come over a bit cloudy, and I'd be lounging about in bed and think, oh, and I'd perhaps look out the window and there'd be spots of rain on and I'd think... Oh.
You see, Jan's like me. I like to hang all my things like together. Not like neighbours, put one sock. And then a pair of knickers out by the crutch, and then another sock. I like to hang my tea cloths, my towels, my underwear. It's got to be.
You're very OCD about how you hang your washing, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh dear. Jana said no sex in their garden, but they did do calendar girl photos out there, fortunately. But yeah, your garden's pretty well fenced in, so that'd be okay. But yeah, ours is quite open though, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can't see us doing that, but it's an age thing. I'm thinking she's talking about hanging the OCD washing rather than... Michelle said this is all taking a different turn. I think when this one gets uploaded to YouTube, we're going to have to put like an explicit warning on it.
It's an age thing.
I think,
it's got to be.
I think it probably is.
I could not hang my drawers by the crutch. I've got to hang them like that, by the tops. And the same with my tea cups, I've got to be out.
Oh dear. Jane has to have matching pegs for all her washing.
Oh, well, all mine are wooden ones.
Yeah, yours are all pretty much the same anyway, aren't they? So.
Yeah. But I'd be like that when I did use coloured ones. I couldn't have a blue and a green one together. They've got to be either too green or too blue or too red. You got to be colour coordinated.
Gosh, wow.
Don't what?
Judith doesn't hang socks or knickers out. She hangs her clothes together and then mix. Also, hers are separated by whose they belong to.
Oh right. Oh right.
I have, I guess in a way, I have sort of, if I hang the washing out, I do try and do it how you would do it, but I don't think I do it properly to your obsessive compulsiveness.
Poor old Dad didn't. He used to hang a shirt that took that much. He'd hang the back bit, and then he'd hang the side and the side, and they'd take up that much room on the washing line.
I do remember him hanging trousers up by the bottoms of the legs as well.
Yeah.
I remember coming home one day and you nearly had a coronary in the car. You were like, oh my God, look at my washing. Dad had hung it out, and it was... I mean, bless him, he'd had a go.
Oh, yeah.
And it was out and it was drying.
Yeah.
But you couldn't even bear to look at it. I think straight away you sort of was like, I've got to change that, I've got to change that, can't have that like that. What's the young Lee's down here for?
Yeah, well, he meant well.
Oh, gosh. That's a funny little quirk, though, that, isn't it? Honestly. Wow. Yeah. Well, we've well and truly covered some crazy things today. Judith says some people hang jeans up like that. I can see a logic to it in a way, because the waistband is the bit that's going to be the wettest. So it would dry better if it was hanging at the bottom. But I couldn't hang them up by the legs. It's compulsory, Tina. We were brought up with tidy minds. Also was told not to hang washing out on a Sunday.
We were never allowed to wash on New Year's Day, because you'd wash the head of the family out. And another day as well, Easter I think it were.
Yeah, but you do hang washing out on a Sunday now.
Well, I have to.
And I've known the time where you've hung washing out on Christmas Day.
Well, you shouldn't be such a dirty lot of so-and-sos.
We do, to be fair, we do create a lot of washing between just three, all between the three of us.
Well, yeah.
We do seem to create a lot. Plus, not so much ironing. Oh, you see now, Judith, Mum loves ironing. You do, don't you?
Yeah.
You love an iron. Session of ironing. There was a stage where she'd literally iron everything. I don't think she's quite so bad now, but there's still things that she irons.
When I first worked down Wayne, I used to perhaps have 18 shirts.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
But I mean, you'd iron, like, you don't do it so much now, but you used to iron socks.
Oh, that was only when you had white cotton ones for school. But I wouldn't dream of ironing now.
And like knickers. I mean, who's gonna see your knickers?
I don't care. They look better in a pile when you put them in the airing cupboard. And she irons her face masks, the washable, reusable ones. You iron them, don't you? Yeah.
Just runs the iron over them. She's quite obsessive about her ironing as well, which is a good job that you like it, really. I mean, and sheets. You know people that don't iron sheets. Because they're going to go on the bed, they're going to get creased up. But we have two sets, don't we? So there's one set on the bed and one set in the airing cupboard. So they have to be, in the airing cupboard, have to be all nicely laundered. So, is that your belly just gurgled?
Might have been. It's that cake trying to get down.
Don't everybody what? I don't know what that means. Everybody do what? But anyway, we have overshot our hour now. It's nearly 20 to 4 now, so we've done our hour of company and cake.
I'll sort them plant pots out over either tomorrow or Friday and get them in a bag, and then let Anne or Jan know.
Oh, iron face masks.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know, do they?
But you'd have to if they're them cotton ones and get creased up. There's nothing look any worse.
Well, maybe, but...
I mean, if you got the disposable ones, well, you chuck them out, but...
You cut the ear loops first.
Yeah, so that the animals don't...
So that when they go into rubbish, if they get somewhere they shouldn't, you don't get animals or birds caught up in the strings of the face masks. Handy environmental hint there. So yeah, I think about time we called time on this today. Now we've been whittling away for a bit longer today. Thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our little chat that covered food, sex in the garden, ironing. Laundry, plant plots. A bit of everything. Hopefully we'll be able to do same again next month. I don't know what the first Wednesday in April is. But we'll keep it posted on the page, and if it can't happen for whatever reason, we might choose another day. Keep an eye out on the Facebook page for any updates or anything. Do keep in touch with us on there if you want to just say hi, or let us know what you're up to or something. Just post on the page.
You see Michelle Arns has face masks.
Sometimes she puts sometimes. Susan's put, thank you for today, it's been awesome. You're very welcome, thank you for joining us. If you if you did miss any of it, or you want to watch any of the old ones, I say do go over, find our YouTube channel. There's some of our recipe videos on there as well. I know for a fact that somebody watched the profiterole one last week, and she sent me some pictures of her profiteroles, and she's like, I've never been able to make profiteroles, but I followed your recipe and they come out perfect. And she sent me the picture of them, and she was like, I can now make choux pastry, so thank you for that. So do head over onto the YouTube and have a look. The first Wednesday in April apparently is the 7th, so make a note in your diaries. Wednesday the 7th of April, 2:30, be here, bring cake, bring your brew, and hopefully we'll bring the laughs and the company, and we'll do it all again. And in the meantime, stay safe and stay well, and we'll catch you all again soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.